Hello everybody, it is I, Earthknite, and welcome to The Wandering Village. Now, I've had this game since it came out on early access. Recently there was this big update for an ocean biome, and I thought, why not give it a chance to record it? It is basically a city builder on the back of this giant six-legged creature called an Onbu. And it's very unique in its playstyle. It's a top-down angled 2D plane with a 3D Onbu and a map-like world. So we'll get into it. We're going to be doing Novice because I've already played quite a bit, so I already know the tutorial. We're going to call it Mario for the world.
Driven from our homes by the toxic spores, we kept wandering, looking for shelter. But not in our wildest dreams did we imagine what we would find.
So that was Onbu. It should start off with a little bit of introduction. But basically, the world's turning toxic and we're trying to run away from it. So we found Onbu, which will take us. So here's Onbu. He's currently sleeping. And like I said, it's a 2D styled top-down view. There's several games like this. I can't think of the top of my head. I remember I played one recently that was like you had to build up the villages based on ideas. There are two different biomes on Onbu. There's this rocky dirt area or this green foresty plains area. So each one, there's some buildings that can only be planted on one or the other, like a farm can only be planted here, and a mycologist can only be planted here for the mushrooms. There's some buildings that you can only plant on the back or the sides, depending on where it is. Our resources will be in the top left. Our biggest thing will be getting these trees harvested right here. Let's get us a little area to start working with, and then these rocks. I want to make sure I don't actually cut these down, because those will grow up to be bigger trees, and I don't want to harvest too many berries, especially if they're in big clusters like this, because that'll be for our berry problem. Now these ones are actually pretty spread out, so we can easily chop those down. We'll hit play, and they'll... So right now everybody's just a general worker, there's no assignment, so they're all going to go do what they need to do. Top left is our resources. You then have your research, like what you're researching and how you're researching it. Your scavenging details, we'll get scavengers, so when we go to the world, we'll be able to hit these different locations, and each biome has unique locations to them. We have our amount of food that we have and are capable of feeding, the happiness with the number of villagers and idle villagers, temperature, humidity, and the Onbu toxicity. So this is the air up here where Onbu is. That is not Onbu's toxicity itself. And this is our difficulty. There will be status effects that will pop up here, usually by biomes. Onbu's heartbeat. So if we run too fast, or if we make him run, it'll raise up. If it gets too much, it's bad, blah blah. The time and day are three different views. You have your village view, your Onbu view, and your world map. Onbu's health circle with a cute little picture of him. When he wakes up, it'll actually be moving and things. This is Onbu's poison level when we go through, or if there's too much poison plants, which you'll probably see, because I sometimes miss one. I missed one and I had like the entire back here contaminated with poison. That'll raise that. Hunger, he'll normally stop at mushroom places and eat and sleep. Right now he's sleepiness at 56. So when that gets to 0, he'll get up and start moving. As you see, I hit the harvest key. C is your harvest key. You have your priorities, your disables, your deconstruction, your repair. This opens the research tree, so we can see what researches we can make. Most of these need to be researched. We're going to definitely start with the kitchen, even though we don't have it yet. Yeah, and then the build icon. In the build icon, we got several options, obviously. The biggest one's going to be worker post. So I'm going to want 3 of these, though only one of them will be active. Some roads down. Get a research center. And then we're going to need a place to put our houses, which will probably be down here. Let's see, we go down from right here. Yep. So these houses are only take 2. A big thing with houses, though, is there will be, we need to do them by 4 spaces, because the next house's 4 spaces big. Then we also need to leave room for decorations, because decorations are very important later on when we go to do housing quality. That should be plenty of houses right now. You have 3 different speeds. So you have pause, we can slow, so speed 1, faster speed 2, or fastest speed 4. I usually keep it on speed 4 when I'm just grinding resources and building, or Onbu's walking, but a big thing to watch out for is the map, because those map choices will pop up faster and go by faster, all the same. So we're starting to build up the houses. We're actually getting the worker huts done pretty quickly. We're going to want some material storage built up, just to hold all our resources. And then we're going to make some water tanks. So these things will be used as quarries. These will have wood cutters. Do we actually have a berry gather? We do. I'll plant that there. Okay. We will get a air well here. And then get some water holders here. We'll do the pantries. I want to do the pantries up here, so it'll be closer to the berry gatherer and farmers we're going to have. So we're going to do the farm right here. It's not going to be a very big farm right now, but it's still good to get. And we'll leave it there because we won't have enough people to fill all of these. So these guys are going to be harvesters. These guys are going to be carriers. And these guys, when it's finished building, will be the builders. So those are people that are specifically dedicated to only that task. Builders. So the builders will only go and build. So they're going to be working on these and anything that has the resources. Carriers will move it from these resource piles to where they need to go, whether it's for a building or for storage. Harvesters will go out, and anything we mark to harvest, they'll go chop down, mine up, whatever. That way you can delegate your tasks out to specific, and always have someone working on it. Or you can set them to general, and they just do all of it, but they won't prioritize work unless you specifically prioritize it. So we are making water now, because our humidity is at a middle level. If we go to the desert, it goes down. If we go to the ocean, it goes up. If it rains, it goes up. There's a rain cloud there. Perfect timing. So the rain cloud, they move along these paths. It kind of shows you the direction. These can alter or change or shift based on winds. It doesn't look like it may barely pass us. Depends on if Onbu wakes up or not in time. Looks like he might. Right now we're just gathering resources. We need a lot of wood for these material areas. We did make a lot of houses. We only needed 8, but I made 4 more in case we get more people. We're going to cut all of this down too. These spikes here, we can get stone on them, but it reduces Onbu's trust, so you will not see me mine these without like a dire need, which we shouldn't need. Should be able to get quarries and stuff up long before that happens. We're going to prioritize that over everything else. Onbu got up, so he's starting to walk. I love the music of this game, even though it is quite loud. I can leave it quite loud so I don't hear. Yeah, so the rain cloud is just barely hitting us. So the humidity will go up, which means that this will produce water faster. And the more water we can collect now, the better we will be later on. We'll harvest all these rocks. We'll harvest all these trees, except for, of course, tiny ones. Okay, so we finished the research on the kitchen. Yeah, kitchen research. So we have the village doctor, the scavenger hut. I'm going for the scavenger hut first. The village doctor we won't need until we pass Poison Cloud, which usually is until we pass the first. So a rule with the plants is they'll only do the first circle, depending on how many people you have. So right now, they're only going to do, at most, this much. So even if you fill the whole thing up, they will not do that much until you get more farms and more farmers in that area. The berry picker, they'll pick all the berries and they'll regrow the berries around here. So you gotta be careful not to actually cut those berries down that they're using. It's a shame I can't just double click a resource and it highlights that resource. That would be very handy. That was one thing that I wish this game did have. We did get the kitchen, but that requires stone slabs and wood planks, which we don't have yet. That's over here, the stone cutter and the carpenter. But right now, I want to make some roads. Actually, I need to do it there and then So those workers that are unemployed, they'll actually go and do build or harvest. They'll prioritize building over harvesting and carrying, which is why you need to designate those specific individuals. There we go. Now we put another air well if we need it, which we will if we start heading towards a desert region, which is why I want to stockpile water. You can have 200 water in each of those and 30 water in this. We'll go and do that then. And we can start these ones again. We're going to need it. And we're going to actually put a mycologist over here. So it's a bit away because we'll also use mushrooms for our own food. For our kitchen. Which we can actually make right now. So now we'll get the stone cutter and the carpenter down here. It's only 2 for material storage, right? Hornblower. We can now make that, but we need all of those resources for that. We can also get another research building and they'll go faster. One thing that I know we'll need, so these mines will give us iron, this will give us stone. We can't tell him which way to go yet, because you don't have a hornblower. But there will be these little shrines that pop up. Oh, hello. Pick them up, please. More people. We got 3 more people. There'll be these shrines that are optional. Those give us knowledge, and that specific knowledge resource will be used for certain researches. So let's see. So mushrooms are used for 2 things. We can use them in the kitchen to make food, or we can feed them to Onbu when we get the Onbu feeding trebuchet and Onbu kitchen. label these to be mine. So I could probably put a berry gatherer in the middle here and get a lot of berries too. I could probably put another one up there too. Oh, the berry gathering is full. So if we go here, we can see we have one unemployed. I'm actually going to increase the harvester by 1. So that one unemployed will go become a harvester, and the harvester will come over here and start harvesting. So this is one of those buildings where it has a limited area to put it. Sadly, we can't fit it right there. That would be sweet. But it can only be on the edges because that's where they jump off, and it can't be near the head though. Cactus is really good in case we come across the desert. Again, the village doctor. We'll know when to get the village doctor because we'll see. So these towns are actually really important to go get the scavengers because that's how you can get more people. But the towns only appear in the grasslands. We did get a horn blower. I guess I can right there. We probably put all the Onbu stuff closer here. Well, we have to put most of it like right here. How many homes do we have? Total housing 24. So you can only fit a couple more people. Might wanna... Onbu's tired, so he's gone to sleep. We will be reaching a big mushroom area, so that's where he'll be the village doctor. So each crop, I'm growing beets right now. I cannot change it to cactus or to corn even if I got it because we're at normal temperature. Those are better to grow in the desert environment. Ooh, that's better. 46, 49, 58. That's the most I've ever had. Cancel that one. I'll just harvest those. Looks like we're doing low on stone. So I will go to priorities up to 2 of those. So now the gatherers will go to get those first. That's why we're out of stone. We're also using it for a lot of the buildings. But it looks like we just crossed from this pinky biome, I don't know what to call it, to the actual plain. I think this is like meadows or something. It looks more like a mushroom biome. It's supposed to be mushrooms growing and these nice pink fluffy mushrooms to the plains, which is where we'll find more villages than in forests. Looks like we'll get these built up so we can collect even more berries. Our water should be okay. Yep, collecting plenty of water right now. It is still humid. I think it's because we entered the plains that it's humid. Yeah, because see, when you zoom out, like this is the plains and that's the pink biome. think it's supposed to be like mushroom paths. It's like the giant sea treaders from Subnautica. They have a specific roads that they take, and it's based on their feeding habits. Something like that. A lot of berries. I've never had that many berries in an area before. Okay, landscaping is really good because we can up the level of the houses. You only need it in the housing area. So, we did get the village doctor, but we'll need the herbalist to use the village doctor. We need the herbalist for a lot of things, actually. So we should probably look to go next. Probably about here. We'll put the village doctor next to it. Probably not that close to it. And all of this stuff these ones can be too. Oh, we got all the rest of them though. Sweet, so we have plenty of resources. So yeah, Onbu just finished waking up. He's gonna go till about here where he'll eat. So when you get to the ocean biome, that's where it's a big concern to make sure Onbu's fed. Because it can go a while between sleeping and eating spaces. If Onbu dies, we die. All regular resources, so the trees, the berries, and the stone, will re-go over time. They each have different things, so like the trees, they'll have little sproutlings, they'll sprout up and grow. Berry bushes will slowly populate around usually each other. Oh, see, we reached the mushroom zone. And so down here, it takes some fresh food for Onbu. Onbu eats. He ate the whole thing. It's gone. Wow. Oh! We actually got that done. So we're going to get a carrier and a harvester out of there. Hopefully it employs both of them here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Over. Yeah, there we go. And then we're going to... What do you mean no party available? Oh, we're waiting for the people to get to the village or the building. Hurry up! Some party. So the time is based on the distance to Onbu. So if it's closer to the road, it'll be faster. So this one will be faster because we're like right across. This one's going to take forever. We do not have a hornblower either. We have one unemployed. We do have one unemployed. There's the Onbu kitchen that I needed. Which reminds me, we need to make a regular kitchen too. Because this will increase meal quality. That needs to go up here. That'll increase meal quality, which will also increase. Oh, hello. Pick them up. It'll be too healthy and too hungry. We can pick up a few more people. We're going to send a party over there. So that's 19 hours. I can't show you what other ones would be. The ruined villages will usually have things like food. It may have one or two sick or hungry people. Just depends on circumstances around it. So now we've got 3 unemployed. So I can go back and go boop, 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 and voila. Right now I don't actually need. That's really wet. There's 2 berry gatherers over there. The herbs. The herbalist will be probably one of the next ones we get. Because these are waiting for the wood planks apparently. And slabs. We're making wood planks plenty, but we're not mining very much stone. So after they're done scavenging there, I'll probably go for a stone location. If we had the hornblower, we could tell them which way to go. I will point out that no matter which direction you go, You'll always end up in the biome whichever way you go. It's just the choices that you'll see some nomad groups going, and you could probably cross paths with them easier, pick them up. Too healthy, too hungry. So hungry people will immediately lower your food score. Just immediately, right off the bat. Ooh, hello. That's a shrine. We'll go there. And it lowers your happiness too because they're hungry. However, they're still people, so they count to the number. So right now we have 2 idle. 1 should be here, so we can now interact with Onbu. Those 2 will probably end up here. One of them ends up here. One of them will probably end up there then. Oh no, we got 2 still. There we go. And one of them will be a village doctor. What is this? Kitchen? And we now have decorations. BB trebuchet, yes. Decorations. My favorite is the street lanterns. I put them literally. Put the red posts next to them for the housing district. As you see, it fills up the certain areas pretty quickly. These will raise it up to tier 2 for a lot of them, which means that when I upgrade them again, it'll be really nice. And the yellow bush pot. They don't cost very much resources, so making a whole bunch right away, like it's all wood and some stone. Just some basic resources, not anything advanced. So chop all these down. The next thing I do need to make are the quarry, or researches, the quarries and the logging camps. Because obviously we're low on wood, low on stone, and those are just permanent. Oh, there's a sleeping spot. Those are permanent locations that will constantly keep making those for 300 resources, I believe. 200, 200 resources. And those will replenish as well over time. There will be new ones that pop up. I am going a little fast on recruiting people. We brought 3 knowledge. So there's the location. Those are not poison nomads, so we need the village doctor to get them. We'll be going for this location. That'll take you 2 hours to get a bunch of stuff. So we do have the herbs coming in very easily. Yeah. I'll go to prioritize this. Where the food? Okay, easily. So here's the status effect. Fresh air, free from any toxins. These things apparently clean the air. Later we'll get flamethrowers. Scavenger party came back with 11 stone. I'll take 6 hours. We've got a couple hours that he'll be sleeping, so here's the scavenger party coming back with the stone. Or they dropped off the stone there. Those are probably the builders. Carriers. We'll do that. That'll only take us a day. Actually, no, wait a minute. I had a plan. We're going to do so these require these little symbols. That's knowledge. We have 3 knowledge, so we could get both of these. That's it. We'll need to get a dung collector next. Like Onbu woke up. They're collecting a healthy amount of mushrooms. Kitchen done? Kitchen is not done. Yeah, I think this one next. Because we're gonna have poison. 19 hours, 22 hours, 13 hours. Hopefully it's like spread or something. Yellow fire plug, yellow bush. Yeah, so Housing quality is 1. Decorational 5 out of 4. Increased poison resistance. So this is going to make them work faster. Trying to do the food quality, get over that because we don't have the kitchen built yet. So right now we're funneling all our resources up to the village doctor for these people we're about to pick up. So now I can actually pick, do I want to keep going straight or go down? Both seem to lead to a feeding place, so we'll continue straight. We'll pick them up. Some party there and hopefully get food. Okay, we are literally just at food quality is now negative 20%. Housing quality is at -8, and hungry should disappear soon. We have plenty of food, right? Yeah, we have plenty of food at the moment. We can increase the number of farmers here, so that'll increase the amount we're pulling in. At 3 unemployed, we will get a harvester, another stone cutter, and another carpenter. Oh, that was 3. I think we're 2 houses short. Houses. That's a lot of berries all put together. Badly poisoned. Oh, there we go. Stone slabs are coming through. It looks like the wood planks aren't. So we're going to send a party there. What do we get from? $21 bread. That's what we got. It's already gone. But now I picked. God, I thought I picked up there. Oh well. So that one's taken care of. That's a bunch of wood that'll last. Hopefully finish this up. We don't have any stone coming in right now. That's why I need that sawmill. Open research tree. Farming. Ooh. Wheat harvesting would be very important. So we can make bread. So that would be the village. I think it's just the kitchen makes it. Quarry, please. Ooh, there's a tree nursery? I didn't see that before. Not doing too well on the shrines. There's a lot more forests and ruined villages in this area. Okay, plenty of villagers. We actually have 3 unemployed. That's a surprise. Normally don't have unemployed. We do have a sawmill now. Put those here. They'll still prioritize making this. Then they'll prioritize making this. Then they'll make this. Scavengers are back. Oh no! It's poison! That's not good. So now it's 6 hours. So the issue with the poison cloud along the path is it's going to spawn these little poison bubble things, and those will 36, 49, 49, 40, 49, 49, 49, 54. There we go. Commit to picking them up. 2 hungry people. that village we just went to? Oh. Yeah, this is a small poison forest. There's actually a poison forest biome that you'll walk through, and there's a whole bunch of these scattered around, and those give you some really rare resources. Star those up. Oh, yep, we got a doctor. We got 2 of them. And we got the kitchen going. So right now we're making berry muidity seed. So they'll make, I need to get more people here. Need at least 3 people there. The problem is that we're going to run through berries really quickly. The more people we have working there. But thankfully, we do have 3 berry pickers that are like 50%. I think this is less than 50. This is 67, 58, and this will be 54. Oh, but here it comes. The curse. So after we pass through this cloud is when they'll start spawning during it. So we'll want to be paying attention. Yeah, we just entered it. So we need to be paying attention for those. Trees just start off like that before. Okay. Let me just double check. We got that one. We got that one. There's none in the village proper. Village proper. None there. So one problem is they'll appear behind these trees, and you won't know till it actually spreads to the trees around it. I did select them as tier 3, so our workers are going to go straight to dealing with those. So now we actually have 42. Attach those to these. Onbu is deadly tired. We want to go northeast because it's another sleeping zone. So anything that's infected will not yield resources, and it spreads around and affects them, and just ruins them, so we can't actually use them. Yeah, I do have scavengers. Usually once I get these, I just need one of these for general workers. And they'll do the building and the gathering themselves. I do need a research food stand, so I can put a food stand over here and a food stand way back here. That'll definitely help. Dung collector, need that. That'll come in handy real soon. Get us flamethrowers. So yeah, that is the Wandering Village. I hope you enjoyed. I do hope to continue this series if this video gets enough likes. So be sure to leave a comment if you are interested in continuing this series. Yeah. Now to go record some Horizons game. Toodles! Love this.